Okay, so I've showed you how I've laid everything out on the bed, and now I am just going to show you how the zigzag crochet pattern that I chose. I saw 2 videos on YouTube, and this is how I am going to do it. So you take, this is a white block, sorry, this is white on this white table now. I'm going to do this one and this, so that once you know how to do this little bit and this little bit, you can do the entire blanket. So you make a little slip knot like I've just done, and then you choose the very corner. Remember, in this block, this lacy cross, we did 3, so that's the very corner. So I'm just going to put my hook into the very corner. In the YouTube videos that I watched, there were 2 tutorials, and it looked like it was quite a struggle. This is a single crochet to get it through, and I was wondering why it looks like that. And they lay it out, but I find, to me, it's better to hold it in my hand and work with it like this. Okay, let's do this. I've got to find the corner of the white. Maybe the white is a little bit bright, but you're going to see now. So I just made a slip stitch in the corner of this one. Now I go to the opposing stitch on this block. So I am, okay, this is how I'm going to hold my yarn. The yarn is underneath the blocks. Okay, so I went into the corner. Let me just come closer. I went into the corner there and through, and pick up yarn, bring it through, and just slip stitch. It's always difficult to start because now look, this looks a bit lopsided like this. Now, so it's a zigzag pattern. So then you're on this side, then you cross over to that side, then this side, then that side. So that side's going to work. Then I go to the corresponding stitch on this side, and I just go through, pick up yarn, yarn over, and do a slip stitch. Now I go to the corresponding stitch on that side, put the hook through, pick up yarn, pull it through, and just make a slip stitch. Come back to this side, corresponding stitch, push through, pick up yarn, make a slip stitch, go to the opposite corresponding stitch, put my hook in, yarn over, pull it through, and pull it through. Let me do a few more. Corresponding stitch, put the hook in from the top, yarn over, pull it through, and pull it through like a slip stitch. Go to the corresponding stitch on that side, just put the hook through, yarn over, pull it through, and pull it through in a slip stitch. And you need to keep the tensions a little bit slightly tight, because this is going to be quite sturdy. So on this corresponding stitch, slip just a slip stitch again, corresponding stitch on that side, slip stitch, yarn over, and just slip it through. Then on this side, just a slip stitch. On that side, pick the corresponding stitch, yarn over, pull it through to this side and just slip it. Again on this side and just slip it through. Can you see what's happening? It's called a zigzag crochet. You know how you, it's very flat, which is what I like. Comes out like zigzag crochet pattern. And that is how we continue. That side, corresponding side. Slip through, corresponding side. This side, slip through. And I prefer to just turn the hook and corresponding stitch on this side, slip, corresponding stitch on this side, slip. Doing it very slowly so you can see what I'm doing. Picking the corresponding stitches all the way. And slip. And I had to concentrate because I really, you know, I just want to make a single crochet. And I'm so used to using single crochet to crochet blocks together that I really had to concentrate. Okay, so this is how we do it. Corresponding stitch. I must tell you, it's flat. If I can show you how flat this is. It is really flat. It lies really flat. So that's all you do. That's all you keep on doing. You just keep on using the corresponding stitches like this. That one and that one match. That one and that one, you know, how the corresponding stitches all the time. And I found that the royal blue is lovely because it's contrasting and because of the pattern. Just the slip stitch and slip through. There we go. And then on that side, slip through, yarn over and slip. Back on this side, slip through, yarn over and slip. Back on this side, yarn over, slip through. There we go. Yarn over, slip through. I think it's Liza Walters that also does a tutorial on this. I think she does a cushion. And I liked her. I think her video I actually did like best because she shows how she does it lying flat. I think I should just move this so we can see that everything isn't white. And then she says, you know, when she's not on camera, she actually holds it on her lap. And it finds it easier like that. And I also found it easier holding it on my lap because because of the way you have to move the hook. I must push it in there, yarn over, pull it through, and just pull it through. Then come back to this side, find the corresponding stitch, yarn over, pull through. So it's really just a slip stitch. That side corresponding. Okay, so I'm going to meet you at the end of this block. Okay, there I am at the end of this one. Let me just bring it right up close, and I'm going to pull this out so you can see right up close what this looks like. See, now, and obviously you'll also have to do this, it's a little bit tricky in the sense that the next two blocks, this one belongs there, this one belongs next to this one, right? So now, because I ended on that block, I must, because it's a zigzag pattern, I ended on that block. Now I must jump over to this block, then to that one, then to this one, because it's zigzag. See, so okay, so I'm ending. I ended on that one. Now my next stitch must be in the very corner of this. So we're going to look at 1, 2, 3. So it must be in the second one. I'm taking my yarn, putting it, my hook through the middle, and yarn over and pulling yarn, pulling yarn through like this, and then then I pull it tighter. See, and slip stitch. Now, so it's like a lot of things to hold in your hand at the same time, because now I've got to pick up the block that is not, it's like you wish you had another hand. Find the center there. Just find the center there. It's that one. Okay. Got it. Push through the very center one. Yarn over. Pull. And then I just tighten it up. And now I just continue. So I'm in this block, so I need to come over to this block. In the next stitch, yarn over. The yarn over just happens where, you know, I mean, obviously you see what I'm doing here is I've got the yarn over this finger. I go through, and it's yarn over, pull it through, and pull it through. Pull it through with a slip stitch. Now over to the blue block. We're zagging back. Next stitch, corresponding stitch, which is the next one. Yarn over, pull through, then this one, next one. Yarn over, pull through, the next stitch, push through, yarn over, pull through, the next stitch, come back to this block, and you're just going to zig and zag across from this block to that block. So you're never going to do, if you end it on this block, you should start on that block. You shouldn't go from this block to this block, because it's on the same side and we're doing a zigzag. So you have to go opposite all the time. I prefer to do it a little bit loose, and then just, let me see if I can do this. Wait. I find it very tight, and on the others I saw, they also did it very tight. I don't know why it has to be that tight. I didn't pull it that tight. I just pulled it. Wait, the yarn is, I think the yarn is definitely, splitting, and that's one place where you don't want it to split. Okay, did that one. Now I need to do this one. Come back, do this one. I'm showing you this because if I have a problem, you might also have a problem. I mean, we all struggle with more or less the same things. There. Through and through. Corresponding through and through. Back to the green block, yarn over through and through. Blue block, yarn through, yarn over, through and through. There you go. You're seeing how I do it. Yarn over, pull through and through. Back to this block. Yarn over, through and through. Blue block. Yarn. Push the hook through, yarn over, through and through. Green block. Blue block. Green block. Blue block. And you just continue like this. Then I'm going to show you how we do this row. But it is a lovely zigzag. There we go. So I'm going to continue here, and then I'm going to show you when we do this one from there over. Okay, so I've done these, and you can see what it looks like. Let's just hold this up to the camera. That's your zigzag, 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 zigzag. All the way. And then all the way there. These, there you go. This is what it looks like. It really looks like a zigzag, eh? Okay, now let's do from this side, this way. Okay, slip knot, same way we started the other one. It's a bit difficult. Well, I'm struggling to hold it up to the camera and do it. And by the way, I don't know, they didn't show that in the other tutorials that I watched, but if you're doing it, if you've done the one way and you're doing it this way, your yarn needs to be under your blanket, not on top. It just needs to be under the blanket. I didn't really realize that until it was too late, and then I had to, you know, squish it through, pull out a little bit. Okay, let's find, just turn this camera like this. Let's find the corner. Now you can't see the difference between, this is the sax blue and this is, in my hand is the turquoise, not the royal blue. Let's see if on the camera it actually makes a difference. So now we have to find, we're going to do our zigzag, zigzag, zigzag. I'm just finding the corner there and putting a slip stitch through it. Putting a slip stitch through it. Slip and slip. Now, holding it down, find that opposite corresponding stitch. Focus. Through. Yarn over, pull through, and then I'm going to tighten it. Tighten it nicely. Come back to the white, find the corresponding stitch. Yarn through. There we go. Back to the blue block, corresponding stitch. Yarn over, pull through and through. Just don't want the yarn to split. Focus. Okay. And corresponding stitch. Through and through. Corresponding stitch. Through. See, I nearly made a single crochet. I've quite a few times caught myself nearly making a single crochet instead of just a slip. Push through and slip, and push through and yarn over and slip. Push through, yarn over and slip. Push through, yarn over and slip. Push through, yarn over and slip. Just get some yarn here. And this is where the yarn is going, because this is where it's lying and it's underneath the blanket. But as I'm working, I'm just pulling a little bit out. There it is, beautifully. There, you can see the little zigzag. Okay, let's just do this. I was on the white, now I'm on the blue. On the blue, yarn over, pull through, pull through. On the white, yarn over, pull through and through. On the blue, yarn out through, slip stitch. On the white, slip stitch. On the blue, a slip stitch. On the white. See, I nearly did a single crochet again. Just gotta keep it together. Keep it together. It's a little, I find it a little bit difficult or uncomfortable to hold the yarn and push through sort of at the same time. It slows me down is probably what I want to say. With the other crochet method where you just single crochet the blocks together like I did in my tulip blanket. That to me goes a lot faster, because here you're doing block blue, block white, block blue, block white. Whereas if you single crochet it together, you've got both blocks at the same time and you're doing both stitches at the same time. But I wanted to try this, something new, you know, and I do like it because the end result is really lovely and flat. I love it. So it's absolutely worth trying something new. Can't just always do the same old. Although crocheting, single crochet blocks together is my absolute favorite, just like the granny square is my favorite. We all have our preferences. Okay, so now you've seen me do this. I'm going to do a little bit up to here and then I meet you there. Okay, so when I said the yarn must be underneath your blanket when you're doing your, how do I call this? Once you've done, say, all your horizontal rows, now you've turned the blanket and you're doing your vertical rows, which is now horizontal because that what is done is now vertical. So to keep the yarn below your blanket, once I'm halfway, I just put my hand through this block on this side with the yarn beneath, and I just find it easier to sort of grab a hold of the yarn below the blanket, underneath, and then work through. So let's just do this. So I've been on the blue block, white block, go through, yarn at the bottom where you now can't see the action. I'm going yarn over, grabbing yarn. Now from the white block to the blue block, yarn over and just slip stitch, slip stitch, and slip stitch. Now I can go just in that corner and slip stitch, and then I'm just going to cross over to this one, because remember we must zigzag, zigzag. I've been on the white one, I need to go to that side, but there's nothing there, so I need to go to the green. I cross over to the green, to the corner, and below where you can't see, I fetch yarn, I come back to the corresponding corner stitch here. Let's take that one. There we go. Through, below yarn, and that is how we do it. You know, just then on the light green, then on the dark green, corresponding, always the corresponding stitch. Light green, slip stitch, tiger lime, slip stitch, lime drop, slip stitch, tiger lime, slip stitch, lime drop, slip stitch, tiger lime, slip stitch, lime drop. Wait, you see, quickly, just keep it together. Now, see, it becomes a little bit difficult because I'm not here where I can hold it like this. I can crumple it up and try and hold it like that. There you can see me on the inside. Slip stitch, light green, yarn over on the inside, and slip stitch, then the tiger lime, and just slip. There we go. Once you get the hang of it, you know, and I'm over my urges to make single crochets, then it's fine. Just doing it very slowly. You can see how beautifully flat this is. Was on the tiger line, now on the lime drop. Let's just do this ever so slowly. Focus, and in there, yarn over through, and just through, because it's just a slip stitch. I find that when I'm doing the one furthest away from me, I can just push through, grab some yarn, pull through and through. When I'm doing the block closest to me, I tend to push through the hook, push the hook through, grab yarn, and then want to turn the hook to get it through. Now, I don't know, maybe you will experience the same. Please post in the comments if that's your experience as well. But the one closest to me, I tend to want to turn the hook. And the one furthest away, I just push through and pull. No problem. This was I just noticed this, you know, when I was working with it. So there we go. And then that's just how you carry on. And then I see you when we've done all this. Oh, this looks beautiful. It is beautifully flat. There you can see. Can you see how flat that is? That is really so flat. Really flat. Love this stitch. I mean, maybe if I do a few more of this, I'll love it more. Not yet more than the single crochet way of connecting blocks. Okay, so I'm just going to finish them all these seams, and then we're going to do the border. Okay,